So that was awesome.
Karma.
Most excellent. Indeed, yeah. Got squashed by a big rock. And you deserve that if you're throwing rocks at dog, by the way. Yeah. Excel Saga was great.
Can you do like some voice characters right now for us?
I have been doing that right now.
No, like, yeah, true that.
What are you, stupid?
So sorry.
There you go.
Good call.
Yeah.
Were there any particular roles that just got away and you wish you could have maybe gotten them?
Every one I auditioned for that I did not get. That is the honest truth. Which is a lot. Yeah.
Are there any roles you wanted and you did not get?
Yes. Any of the ones that I auditioned for and I did not get those jobs, I wanted all of those jobs. I'm not just being, silly about it. I mean, really, there's no job that I auditioned for that I didn't want.
What's the character you most wanted that you really felt like?
Honey, I've played hundreds of characters. I'm sure I've auditioned for thousands. If I spend any time thinking about that, I probably need to be locked up. I have zero time thinking about that. Zero. Yeah.
Do you prefer high action roles or high drama?
Ooh. Well, I don't know. With the action stuff, there's a lot of screaming, and that can be painful. But I don't know. I kind of like working on the comedies, honestly. But truthfully, a paying job. That's like whatever the show is about. I don't care. It's fine. I like it all. I tell you what I'm really squeamish about though is horror. So any of the ones that are like, I worked on Elfen Lied a little bit, and I worked in Gantz a little bit. I cannot watch those shows. I'm just telling you. I know it's animated. I know people aren't really getting impaled and beheaded and all that stuff. But no, I can't do it so much. Not really. Because I watch it like that, and then, yeah, it's not that good. Yeah.
What would be your favorite role you've done for voice acting?
Too hard for me to pick one favorite one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, I've done hundreds and hundreds of roles, so it's just I just cannot even narrow it down to my top 5. I don't know. I'm sorry if that's not the great answer that you wanted, but it's just I just can't do it. Yeah.
In your 20 years of working in animation, what has it been like for you? Like, what are your most memorable moments for you?
Wow, 20 years. Well, just like getting hired the first time. That was my first paid acting job working in anime. That was crazy. His show was called Guy Double Target. It's hentai. Yes, I know. I was so excited that I was just like, I've got a job working on a real movie, I mean, they had it at Suncoast, so I was very excited about that. Yeah, so that was a very memorable moment for me, just getting hired the first time. I remember that vividly. I don't know. Probably going to going to my first convention where I was a guest, and the first time someone asked me to sign something, and I did not know what they were asking me. I did not understand that the person wanted me to autograph something for them. And the person who was at the booth with me, I was just hanging out at the ADD booth because I didn't really know what I should be doing. And the person who was at the booth with me said, Tiffany, he wants your autograph. And I said, no, he doesn't. And the guy was like, yeah, actually, I do. Oh, really? And that was right before, I think that was right, either maybe my first volume of Evangelion had just come out or it was about to come out because it was in May of 1997. So that would have been right when Asuka was about to hit, when Asuka strikes. Right around that time, Probably 2 of my most memorable, but then, I don't know, lots and lots of memorable moments over 19 and a half years. Yeah.
What is like the silliest thing you ever do that's not
It's silly sounds. Well, what was it in? There was. I don't even remember now what the show was, but I remember that they wanted me to do a really cartoony sound that was like that would sound like G, N, 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 G, like something like that. So that's pretty weird. I can't even remember how I did that. To me, what I think of as the weirdest or silliest thing I ever did was a show called Those Who Hunt Elves. And I played this little kind of magical bear. He was very small. And it turns out that the unusual thing about these little tiny bears, and they're only about this big, I mean they fit in your hand, they excrete rolls of toilet paper. So when they poop, what pops out is like a full-size roll of toilet paper that's pretty much as big as that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I had to, as the little tiny peachy bear, I had to be like, making like little exertion sounds while he's, making the roll of toilet paper. That's probably about the most ridiculous thing I ever did. I mean, just even the concept of that, a tiny magical bear who poops toilet paper, and then having to make the noises for that. But, sometimes when you talk about eating, I do that sometimes. It's like if the character is supposed to be eating in a scene, and I actually eat something, and I mean, there is a trick, which I did just wash my hands, but there is a trick that you do. If you're supposed to be eating, the character's supposed to be eating, and you put your finger in your mouth like that, and then it sounds like you're chewing on something. So that is a cheat that you can do, but yeah, I chew on. And what I would like bring snacks into the booth and say, oh, okay, here's a scene, my character's eating now, and I would eat. And then eventually I would have eaten all of my snacks by the time and I have to eat again. And so there's the thing, you just have to make sure you keep your hands clean. Yeah.
Have you ever had like an encounter at a con or a panel with like a really weird fan that was like really creepy or weird?
I do a whole panel called Tales of Con Horror, which is nothing but that. Encounters of strangeness. And most of them are not appropriate for a PG setting. But
All adults.
many of those. But really, it's mostly good. It's mostly good. Yeah.
So how's your family respond when you come home and they watch the completed version? What do they?
They don't really watch it. No, my family doesn't really. They're not. Most of my family's not really into anime, or they don't really know anything about it, or.
So just you on the couch alone watching it?
Well, I mean, my husband is the co-founder of ADV, and also he currently now works with like Sentai Filmworks and Section 23 and a seer and all of that. So he watches, produces, and whatever else anime for a living. He eats, sleeps, and breathes anime. So.
So he's a bigger nerd than you.
Oh God, yes. Before he founded ADV, he founded Anime NASA, which was the largest anime club in the city of Houston. And Houston's a pretty big city, if you didn't know. But yeah, he's been an anime fan for many decades, many years, long time. But no, the rest of like my parents, brothers and sisters and all that, they don't really watch it. They're just like, it's just another thing. It's okay. It's just another thing. 1 minute? Right there.
Have you ever used talents to get out of a real life situation, like a telemarketer or something?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if you can hear, have I used my talents to get out of a real life situation such as a telemarketer? That is a great question. I wish I had a fantastic story to tell you. I can't. I should have something like that. That would be this great story. I need to work.